In the morning, in the evening, or sometime in between, I hope that you will see some Lexi on your screen. Subscribe! How does perfection feel, darling?
Young chickens, welcome back. Today I want to talk to you about one of my favorite things. It's my rom-com bag. I pull out this rom-com bag whenever I'm sad, whenever I had like a bad day, when things are not going right, or I just need some me time. I pull out my rom-com bag. It's a beautiful genre, guys. Mwah, mwah. Is it realistic? No! We never asked for realism, Jack. We asked for escapism, and that's what I'm bringing to you today. Let's explore! I divided my favorite rom-coms into categories. It's gonna be so much fun. My first category is period pieces for my hardcore rom-com lovers. First, one you might not have heard of, but is really good. It's Far From the Madding Crowd. Listen, Carey Mulligan as an actress, she's amazing. What's it about? It's about this young lady. She wants to make her own way in the world, but then society wants to stop her. But she wants to do her own thing. So she has to go through some lessons and learn some things when she becomes like the governess of her own place. Whoa, it's like a big deal. You're gonna love it. Next, one that everyone is familiar with, Sense and Sensibility. Ah, beautiful. Emma Thompson. You know, Kate Winslet, how could you go wrong? This is about, two sisters, and you know the whole deal. Period pieces are kind of like the same, right? They're women, they don't have any power, they have to get married, right? Who's gonna marry them? Have they had the wrong intentions towards them? You know, that whole deal. But it's beautiful, it's a classic, everyone loves it, Sense and Sensibility. Next, of course, Pride and Prejudice. Do I even have to talk about this one? I mean, I don't think I do. Okay, there's a girl, right? And like, she has sisters. It's the same deal. She has to like get married, but then her sisters have to get married first, and then she's worried about her sisters. And then there's Mr. Darcy, he's really enigmatic. This is not a great summary, but I think everybody knows what Pride and Prejudice is, so. Next, one that you might not have heard of, but you should, is Mansfield Park. I love this movie. This is one about a girl who's poor, right? But for some reason, she gets the opportunity to stay with her relatives who are all rich, right? So they always treat her as the odd one out, but she becomes accustomed to a certain type of lifestyle. So she wants to believe that her life is going somewhere, that she has possibilities, but she doesn't really know because she's not the same as the rest of her rich relatives, right? In the meantime, she's interested, like in, one of her, actually, is it her cousin? You know what, I like to forget that they're relatives, just don't think about that part. But anyway, it's a great movie, you should check it out. I seriously try to divorce it from my mind. Okay, bye. Next, one that you probably have never heard of, but it's so good. It's Triumph of Love. I seriously put this on every time like some of my friends come over and they're like, Lexi, what is this movie? You choose the weirdest stuff, but they always enjoy it. So, and Mira Sorvino, man, I wish I saw her in more stuff. She's so great. But anyway, it's about a lady, right? And she's a princess, and she wants to assume her throne. But first, she has to get rid of this young man who also wants to assume her throne at the same time. He's plotting to overthrow her. But he doesn't know that the person that he's plotting to overthrow is a beautiful princess. So she comes in and, she does some interesting things. I think she pretends that she's a boy, and then she pretends that she's a girl. But basically, it's a fun time. You should keep up with it. Next, let's talk about classics, baby. One of my favorites of all time is What's Up, Doc? I'm so excited because I just went to the store to pick these up. Before, I didn't have classics, but this is one I've been watching my entire life. Barbra Streisand, What's Up, Doc? You know what? People don't really talk about this, but it's really great. This is like I don't even know how to describe it. It's just like a fun time. This guy, I don't remember what his name is, he's about to get married to a woman who is completely not for him. And that's when Barbra Streisand comes in and she's like, are you sure you're gonna get married to that lady? I don't think you really want to. And by the end, you completely see that he absolutely shouldn't. And that they go on a really fun little adventure, because there's a switching of briefcases, and I can't explain it fully, but it's fun and you should watch it. It's one of my favorites of all time. So, What's Up, Doc? Okay, pillow talk. Oh my gosh, so this has been one of my favorite movies since I was 15. However, I was 15 and I didn't realize, when I watched it now, with my family, I realized that, I don't know if these two should have actually gotten together, but it's a fun and entertaining movie anyway. So I guess my real point is, watch classic movies, guys. Next, High Society. Again, one of my favorite movies since I was 15. Can I even tell husband, the man she's engaged to, and, you know, a new guy who's just interested in her. That's a four-way love square. Anytime those come up, that's interesting. Now we're on to modern classics. First, While You Were Sleeping. I had to put it in there. Come on, Sandra Bullock. She's a lady working at a train station and nobody notices her. She doesn't have any family. It's so sad. But then she has an opportunity. The man who always comes by her train station, who she has a crush on, like he's in the hospital, right? And then she has to go and she wants to take care of him. And then when he wakes up and has no memory, everybody thinks that she's his fiance. Oh my God. And then she has to take advantage of the opportunity, right? Well, not advantage because she's a really nice lady and she just can't seem to find a way out of it. And in the meantime, might she fall for her fiance's brother? Okay! Jerry Maguire. This movie is so good. Listen, it's fun, it has plot, it's a movie about sports, I really like it because, at the beginning, this guy's not great. I'm not gonna lie to you. He ain't great. But then he meets this lady, and this lady, frankly, he don't deserve her. But throughout the movie, he proves that he knows he doesn't deserve her. And that's what I love about it. You know what I'm saying? He realizes that, life is better with people in it, especially people who love and support you unconditionally. And he finally learns to respect those people. And that's what I love about Jerry Maguire. Never Been Kissed. How could you not love it? Baby, we got the queen of rom-coms, Drew Barrymore. It's the best. Okay, so what's it about? It's about a girl. And when she was in high school, she had a terrible time. People teased her, they were mean to her, it was just really bad. But now she's graduated, things are different. She has a job, she's a reporter, she's doing things. But now she has to go back to high school undercover for a story. Can she do a better job in high school than she did before? Can she be successful, flourishing? Can she lead the charge? And by the way, she's in love with her English teacher, but it's a problem because she's never been kissed. Baby, it's the classic of all classics. When Harry Met Sally. I dare you to find someone who doesn't think this is good. I friggin' dare ya. Okay? When Harry Met Sally is the best, okay? It's about two friends. And they think that they're friends for many, many, many years. And then suddenly they realize, oops, we're in love with each other. Next, Miss Congeniality, the other queen of rom-coms, Sandra Bullock. Okay, so this is about an FBI woman. She is strong, she's smart, she's capable. She's not worried about her looks. She's worried about solving that crime, baby. But all of that changes when she has to go undercover in a beauty pageant. When she's in the beauty pageant, she realizes that friendship is important, that femininity isn't all bad, and that love might be worth a try. Okay, 51st Dates. Who's in love with this one? This one is about a woman who only has a memory of one day. So then she meets a man who falls in love with her, and then it's his job to convince her every day that they're meant to be together. First Wives Club. If you haven't seen it, where have you been, baby? This is with Bette Midler, Goldie Hawn, Diane Keaton, the legends. All about when three women, their ex-husbands, are terrible. And they realize that they've given all of their best lives to men who don't appreciate it. And now they gotta turn things around and take care of other women. So they figure out a way to scam their husbands out of their money, and donate it to women who deserve it. I love it. Some Kind of Wonderful. This is my favorite John Hughes movie. Listen, I'm not gonna lie to you. I used to like 16 Candles when I was young, but they have that racist bit about the Asian man. I don't appreciate that. And then Pretty in Pink, why would she date that man? It makes absolutely no sense. This is the best John Hughes movie. Fight me, okay? Listen, it's about a guy, and he is admiring this girl in his high school, thinks she's the best, the prettiest, most amazing, and he's setting up all these things to try to wow her, impress her. But then, over time, he realizes maybe he's not in love with that girl after all. Maybe he's in love with his best friend who's been there all along, supporting him along the way. Bridget Jones' Diary. Ain't nothing like the real thing, baby. I say that because this is a trilogy, but nothing like that first one, baby. Renee Zellweger in the role of a lifetime. This is about a woman who's like an every woman, but a little crazier. And listen, her crazy affects her life and her search for love. But maybe her ideal man likes a little crazy, if you know what I mean. There's something about Mary. Oh my gosh, guys, if you've ever seen this movie, you know that there's so many to laugh at it, and oh my gosh, my sister and I were just talking about when she has her hair like that, or at the end when the man breaks into hives. Okay, this is about a guy who's totally in love with a girl, right, from high school. But after a really unfortunate incident happens when he tries to take her to the prom, she moves away, and he always wonders about her until he looks her up and tries to start dating her again. And then hilarity ensues. 13 going on 30. Jennifer Garner. She's the best. Do you guys know she has like an online cooking show? Just saying, aside. Anyway, this is about a 13-year-old girl who always wishes that she was grown up. Well, one day, through some magic, she becomes grown up and she's enjoying her life. She's like, wow! But then she realizes she don't really know nothing about life. And she realizes the only person that she can really count on is her best friend from when she was 13. But is she too late? Lily Blonde, baby! Listen, this is about a woman. Everybody underestimates her. They think she's a blonde bimbo from California. But that's wrong. She's been smart this whole time, and she's gonna show all these other people in law school what is up. And over time, she realizes that she should apply all her smarts and her knowledge not to a boy, but to herself. Yeah. Chocolate. It's lovely. It's sexy. It's got Johnny Depp in it. Of course it does. Okay? It's about a woman, and she moves to this town where nobody accepts her. They think she's bad, like, you know, devilish, because she makes chocolate. Can you imagine? She tells them they gotta lighten up and learn how to live life. And that's when this guy arrives in town. He's like, you guys are all repressed. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, it's a fun movie. It's a fun time. Watch it. Now on to will be classics. These are movies that I think definitely will be classics in the future. Okay, first, She's the Man. I think a lot of us already think this is a classic. I mean, if you're around my age, I'm just saying. This is about Amanda Bynes, baby! This is about a girl who wants to play on her soccer team, but they won't let her. They're like, you're a girl, and so you play worse. And that's when she decides, I'm just gonna pretend to be my brother and go join another soccer team, and I'm gonna get away with it. And I'm gonna prove that women play soccer really well, durr. And in the meantime, she might fall in love with her teammate, a young Channing Tatum. Silver Linings Playbook, baby, I love a movie with some depth. Not everybody loved this movie, but I did, baby. I love how crazy she is. It's wonderful. You know, I don't know if I should have said crazy because that's a mental illness thing, but I love their dynamic together. It's amazing. This is about, you know, a guy who's going through a divorce because he has issues with being bipolar, and a woman who's a widow because, you know, she's younger than him, but her husband has recently died, and so they both find their way together because they make each other happy. The Dove. Oh my gosh, guys, if you missed this movie, you definitely shouldn't have. It has her. Her? Yes, her. Okay? Also, it has Robbie Amell, which, I mean, I really love how Robbie Amell always plays like these really jock characters who always have like more depth or a heart of gold. It's like totally his role. Like he's been typecast, you know what I'm saying? But anyway, this is about a girl who in her high school, in her group of friends, has been designated by other people as the designated ugly fat friend. And so she realizes, how could this be? And how can I get out of this role? So that's when she goes and talks to her friend from childhood and says, hey, do you think you can help people see me differently? And I'll help you to pass your science class. I think it's science. Anyway, it's a fun movie. Now on to movies you might have missed. Okay, this is Stardust. Oh my God, this brings back such great memories. I remember every vacation we would put this movie on in the car. It's really, really great. This is about a young man who really wants to impress another young woman in his village, and to impress her, he says he's going to bring her a star. So, as luck would have it, a star actually falls from the sky, and the star comes in the form of a woman. Oh my gosh! So then he goes and he captures the woman, right? I mean, as much as he can. But anyway, they go on an adventure trying to escape from other people who also want the star so they can eat her. You know, an old witch. But anyway, it's a fun time because I think they fall in love along the way. Life as we know it. Again, this is a movie that you might have missed, like with everything going on, but it's great, okay? This is about two people whose best friends have died and left a child behind, and their best friends have named them as the parents, even though they're not dating and they kind of hate each other. But it doesn't matter because these two people are going to get together and they're going to raise this baby and honor their best friend's last wishes. What happens in Vegas? This movie is about two people who go to Vegas, have a good time, get drunk, and then get drunk married. And they are so upset about it. They're about to get a divorce when they both win the jackpot together. And they each want to take the money for themselves. But when they go to court, the judge says, "That's interesting. People get married too easily these days. I think you need to stay together, and then I'll think about who gets the money." Hilarity ensues. Friends with benefits. I'm not gonna lie, this wasn't the best movie ever, but it was a fun time, and that's why it goes in my rom-com bag, okay? There were two movies about this that came out at the same time, like the whole Friends with Benefits concept, the Natalie Portman movie with Ashton Kutcher, and the Justin Timberlake movie with Mila Kunis. And this one was by far better. That's all I really remember. These two, they want to get together and they want like someone to hold, you know, but they don't want it to be too serious. Obviously, it doesn't work out. P.S. They get together. Okay, for my last ones, these are my unexpected picks. Okay, first we have The Mask of Zorro. I know that this movie is really about action and adventure, legend, epicness, but I'm not gonna lie, the most compelling part of this story for me is the love story between Antonio Banderas and Catherine Zeta-Jones, baby. I love you. And if you're wondering what this movie is about besides the romance, it's about a man who's trying to get vengeance for an evil lord who killed his brother. Last unexpected pick. I don't know that this is a romantic comedy. In fact, I know it's not. But it's What About Bob? I love this movie. It makes me laugh in such a way that my insides hurt. Okay? And I'm gonna count it just because Bob gets married at the end. Okay, well, that was all of my rom-com bag. I hope that you enjoy it. If you haven't seen any of these movies, I hope that you will go and watch them if you care to. And share if you agree or disagree in the comments, please. And give me some recommendations. I'm always looking for an ace rom-com. Okay, I love you chickens. I'll see you next week. Bye. Like, comment, share, subscribe, baby.
A little bit of me, and a little bit of you. And together we can make the world into something bright.